It means that you don't really have to worry too much.
I
Yeah, I
was
like
gonna
that
say
Shadowblade's no longer a thing on Slark that much. Like, it does give him a lot, but it's just not enough to warrant it, and it puts you in a really dangerous position where, you know, when you think about it, if you get sight, then what is Shadowblade? Like, if there's vision, what is Shadowblade? It's a bad, very expensive stat item.
I think
And
people have
that's
just
why.
realised that if you build agi items and
10
stuff, that
seconds
hero
remaining.
actually just right clicks really hard
Oh, yeah.
because he started like when it starts ramping
5
up, it gets
seconds
insane.
remaining.
Like you have the Omni Knight behind you to protect you as well. I'm not sure about this Night Stalker though. Like it's okay. At some point in this game, he'll buy a Blink right, and he'll get on top of the Omni Knight or the Slark. But the Slark is basically going to have a free laning stage against the Night Stalker.
Why have
It
they
feels
picked
like-
Brood here? They picked Brood into Sven Rubik Grimstroke. And Night Stalker, who does really well versus Brood because he can just follow her through the webs.
I don't think it's an awful Brood game. I think it's okay.
Why?
I think
10
you're
seconds
looking about it
remaining.
more in the game overall. I think they want to
5
look at it at like
seconds
the laning
remaining.
pressure.
Oh,
kind of
I
thing.
mean, yeah, but Navi can pick whatever they want into it as well. so-
But you've now got one pick left to deal with a Brood and another hero. It's not just the Brood they're going to have to worry about with this last.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not
Dire
sold.
team ban. Dire team pick.
They seem to know what they want on Empire as well. They are rushing through. I think they need some kind of other space creating core here. I imagine they're probably going to play the Omni 4 now, would be my guess. I don't think you want Omni Slark Brood as your cores. That sounds a little bit weird. But they could pick up just some
10 seconds remaining.
feel
like
Centaur would
know.
be really nice for them.
Centaur's band.
5
Yeah.
Navi would have
seconds
picked it
remaining.
first if Centaur was in the pool. You know. what
True.
Blizzy's like.
True, that is Blizzy's Bay hero.
Interesting that Axe was banned out in the second phase as well by Empire, knowing that they probably wanted to pick them.
Yeah, that's Blizzy's second hero. I don't know what his third hero is, but I guess Night Stalker is it.
He's played Doom before as well. Bat Rider.
I played Doom once. It was awful. Blizzy 2019.
Do they? I mean, they could put the CM as a 4 or 5, the Omni as a 3, 4 or 5. Like they could put a Brood in a side lane if they wanted to as well. It's not awful. But you really want to give him access to the jungle if you can and put him mid, most likely. The other thing with picking the Brood as a 4 overall is they probably thought it would have been banned out in the
Radiant
last phase of the
team
draft.
Lion.
Lion. Okay. They just
It
feel
looks
like they
like it
needed a
is-
little bit more control.
Yeah, so that's the Omni in the off lane.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is.
So what do they want to pick? Maybe something like a Kunkka might be okay for Navi here.
Unless it's Lion mid, off lane Brood.
CM carry,
10
roaming
seconds
Slark.
remaining.
It's like a giant chalkboard with all the lines and cardboard
5
cutouts
seconds
and
remaining.
newspaper
So actually-
clippings.
It's that scene from Beautiful Minds.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's us figuring out the positions. I think the only thing would be whether the CM or the Lion's playing the 4 or the 5. Like which one's doing which.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit from both recently, so
I
Hard
imagine
to
it's probably
tell.
going to be the Lion 4. We'll have to see. This is really difficult from Navi because they need some hero that. Like, at what point are Navi going to win this game? I think is something I need to say, because when are they going to be stronger than Empire? Like if you look at Empire's draft, you're not going to run them over. Like against Omni Brews, like unless you destroy them in the laning stage, which you can't really do as a Night Stalker.
no, it's a really awkward situation, I think. But still, they have this final pick to make it happen.
Slark gets extra night vision as well, which is lovely for him.
That's true. That's
It's
a
Night
nice
Stalker.
factor. But he doesn't like the AoE silence though, because you use that dark pact and you're like, hooray! I've purged off all the silence. Oh no, I haven't.
I love that people are still first banning Magical's TA, by the way. Well, I forgot to mention it before.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
especially now. I mean, TA is tier 1 pick, so
I mean, she got nerfed a little bit.
Choose
But,
your
oh, they got
hero.
Timber. Interesting.
nice. It feels like a pretty good timber pick. Doesn't
It's-
like playing
well-
against Slark too much though. That's worth noting.
He doesn't really deal
Can't
with
Timber
Lion
chain
that
it.
well either. Like, at least they do have some burst damage.
Oh my god,
on the
look
Empire
at this
side.
goddamn lion. What the hell has happened to this hero? Can we stop giving this hero immortals? Like, that doesn't even look like a thing right now. It's just a collection of mess.
Particles.
It's so bad. Jesus Christ. Leave Lion
It does
alone.
frustrate me. I'll have to say.
This is why I'm against animal testing.
I'm going to let you talk for a sec while I take a bite out of my sandwich because we've been cast 4 hours straight.
Yeah, literally, we've been pressured into, like, we've been trying to take breaks and they've been like, guys, get in the lobby, go. Jesus, guy, we haven't had a break. We started casting at 11. It's just
5 seconds
all right.
remaining.
Yeah, against animal testing, you know, Lion, look at the poor guy. He's just a mess. He's just an absolute mess.
The thing is, right, with the casting stuff, the problem is that the teams are just playing. They're not playing more than one game in a row, it feels like. So like, when we finish a game, there's 2 new teams ready to play that have been waiting. And we're like, oh my God, like, please, let me get a drink.
Yeah, and I had technical issues starting it up as well, so I didn't even have breakfast. So your boy Nomad, I've just been trying to like cram in whatever's in my fridge, just scraping whatever filters at the bottom of my fridge off with a spoon and eating up in between games. I'm starving. I'm gonna open a
like a moldy
GoFundMe.
sandwich behind his computer that he's had to eat because it was the only thing he could.
Malteser dropped on the floor, and that was my mid-game snack. Anyway, let's get into this game. I mean, NaVi, they've got both teams actually pulling out some kind of questionable picks. You know, this first phase Omni we haven't seen before, the Brood into the Night Stalker, Grimstroke, Sven, Rubik, all with great wave clear and fantastic ways to trying to hunt down the Brood. And now the Timbersaw to lay up against the Brood at mid, trying to counter that as much as possible, a magical Timbersaw. But, you know, it's going to be an interesting one. Both teams with, I think, quite a lot to win or lose from this game. Let's just have a quick look. So we got NaVi, who are currently second in the group, 4-2. And Team Empire, they are really close to elimination, 3-3 right now. Gambit and Omega are both 3-3 as well, actually. I think this is not updated. Oh, it is updated. Okay, so Gambit 3-3 as well. So, yeah, everything on the line here. And I think NaVi are in a slightly better spot. Empire really needs to pull off the victory, but it's not out of the question. If NaVi lose this game, they could still make it to playoffs, right? 4-2 would make them 4-3. Winstrike's also 4-3.
Yeah.
If Gambit and Omega and Empire all win, they'll go 4-3. Goodness gracious, we could have some pretty chaotic tiebreakers coming on as Crystallize leads the charge, trying to see if there's a dream to be had, but his dreams will elude him, much like my dreams to be a good caster elude me.
Oh, come on, man! Don't put yourself down. It's okay. The Inkswell on top of the magical Timbersaw sounds very scary, by the way. I'm not looking forward to that one.
30 seconds to battle.
Timber's scary enough already, but with an Inkswell on top of him, how are you going to deal with him? He's going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a freebie. But thankfully, the Grimstroke won't be really joining up with him for a while.
What did the Grimstroke buy? Oh, he shared another tango with his Night Stalker.
The battle begins.
What?
There's got to be more than
Grimstroke's
that, right?
gold.
Where is his money?
I don't know.
It's a mystery.
Maybe he just bought lots of sentries and they put them all down. Like there is a sentry top.
So he's
There's an
given
observer top.
1 tango to Night Stalker, 2 tangos to Timbersaw. That's 90 of his gold found, but still, he should have a lot more than this. Maybe he
Who knows?
sold something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he did a silly. That's got to be my guess.
Sounds like something I'd do.
Jumping on to King R right now, and with this stun with the Inkswell, they should be able to take down King R quite easily. Goodbye, sir. That will be your first blood. Snako will grab it.
Yeah, really good position by Zayats in the trees there, just to set up for the kill before he TP's bot. And Empire, they wanted to get the right lane matchups. They want the Sven up against, the Omni up against the Sven. And then they want the Slark up against the Night Stalker, which makes sense. Right. Slark, if he gets a good start, then always can snowball well. And Night Stalker obviously not very good in the lane, so you want to put the snowballer hero against the rubbish laner. That's my technical analysis.
Nice, thank you for that. So, Dream going to be trying to get the best he can out of this bottom lane. And starting things off with the Essence Shift. As we've seen so much, it used to be kind of toss-up between Essence Shift and sometimes Dark Pact, sometimes Pulse, but since they changed his attack speed, now Slark goes to the Essence Shift every single time. It's way too useful to not go for it.
Especially up against these strength heroes as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's May have even been a pre-patch Method Shift game.
So Timber's
everything in
going to do fine against this Brood Mother mid up until the Brood gets like level 4 or 5. And then it starts to get a little bit more difficult because the Brood just goes off into the jungle with the spiders.
Oh,
and it
right,
catches
yeah.
up in the farm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Timber destroys his Brood at every level, but yeah, if she can farm, he can't, so that's always a bit of an advantage. The Storm Effect, who I should name that after.
But the thing I'd like to see from Kodos do is just go and play between the Na'Vi tier 2 and just force the Timber to like not really be able to pressure the tower too much. Like just play behind the Timber's tower.
Is he okay here? Just heal himself up. Yep, a little bit of a rundown from Maiden. He's pretty scary on this Omni. Not quite enough to control him up.
If this Night Stalker gets through the lane stage as much as he has already.
Oh, did you see that?
No.
That was so sad. So King R put the sentry down here, and he couldn't see the enemy sentry ward, so he ran around the back to try and find it. Guessed it completely right, but in that time, Grimstroke came over and ate his sentry with a tango.
Oh no.
Just got completely wrecked. Poor guy.
Bamboozled. Nice pull though from King R on the line. Just secure his Omnis farm.
We didn't do any predictions, but I think Na'Vi are in a really good position to take this game.
Yeah, I think they're okay, but I like the Slark going into the late game. I think Slark will destroy all 3 of these cores if he gets a decent enough game.
Spattling him alive. Better farm potential, good
To be
burst
fair,
potential. I
People
believe.
do eat fish. That is how it works. So
Indeed. Man eat fish, Sven man, Sven win.
if you don't want to eat fish, that's fine. We're not forcing
There
you.
you go, King R. Good job. He gets it this time.
I hope they tip. After that, it's very disappointing.
They tipped before, so.
Say you actually went 1-1-0 on the Crystal Maiden, by the way, so it didn't take the order until 11, which is
Kodos just has. He's got like a legion of spiders in this like jungle area here, which he just keeps leaving on standby. Like, Squadron 1, move out, get the range creep so he doesn't feed too many to magical. Look at him go. Go, Spider Squad. Oh, they didn't get it.
What?
They failed in their mission. They've returned to base empty-handed.
Why didn't they
Tragic.
finish off the
Dire's
range
middle
creep?
tower
They didn't
is
finish
under
their
attack.
mission. We'll get him next time, boys.
He's also not attacking the wolves with his. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's tricky. He's under a lot of pressure here, okay? It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, Magical's
Dire's
doing a
middle
really good
tower
job in this.
is under attack.
He will.
Oh yeah, it's an easy lane for him, but like, even so.
Huh, someone has their banner as the international Aegis.
Dire's middle tower.
That's ambitious.
is under attack.
Might not get the real one, but we got this one, boys.
That's cute.
Dire's
I actually put
middle
Na'Vi in my
tower is under
predictions,
attack.
by the way, for the
Got to win TI. Wow.
to win TI.
Way to throw it on.
This will come in handy.
Come on, man.
To be fair, I'm a huge fan of new Na'Vi. Like, I love Zayats as a player. I thought he played amazingly for Vega. Yeah, oh, sorry, man. Sorry, I'll take this one. Zayats. I'm sorry, dude. That was on me.
Right.
Anyway, as I was saying, I really like Zayats. I thought he was the best player on Vega, and yeah, as well, Kips won me over to the Zayats fan club as well. She's always been advocating for that guy, and yeah, I think he's an incredibly good strategical player, and I think he's going to go very, very far. Whether this roster is going to go really far remains to be seen, but I think honestly they've got a lot of potential still.
Do you remember when we casted the Epicenter qualifiers for Na'Vi before?
Oh,
They
don't.
owned
My
the
heart.
whole qualifiers
My
until
heart.
the
Oh.
for the minor qualifiers it was. And
For both, dude. For both.
both,
They
yeah.
got into a best of 5 with Gambit for the major and ended up losing after being like 1 game away from victory. And then they lost to Gambit as well in the lower bracket qualifiers. They didn't get either of the slots from the major. It was so
And
harsh.
then they lost to Windstrike in the final of the minor. It was-
Yeah, it was a sad story all the way around. But, you know, NaVi, well, not new since then, but still a better squad than we've seen previously throughout the year, I would say. And hopefully they can find some results here as they're jumping forwards onto King R. Do they have the damage to bring him down, though? Empire, they might be losing their line right now. Yes, they will. Crystallize finds a hit. Maiden, he needs to be careful as well. He was trying to save his homie, but might find himself some difficulty. But he's got the 6 stick charges. He's going to be okay. Make his way over to the shrine and get himself healthy again. Meanwhile, Kodos dares poke the Timbersaw in the middle lane. Magical, happy to just sit under the tower here and basically just live through everything. Look at this.
Why
Look,
does
so many creeps. Tower, he doesn't care. Magical's just tanking it all.
why does Omni not have a point in Heavenly
Dire's
Grace?
middle tower is under attack.
Purges suck, dude.
I would have thought up against the Inkswell especially. That
He
it
can't,
wouldn't really
he
have
can't
stuck
use it
out.
on himself to stop the Inkswell coming in, so clearly it's
Oh,
terrible.
you can stop
Ooh,
the
nice last hit in the
sometime,
middle
right?
lane. I thought Kodos was going to steal that, but he actually has much less damage than Magical.
They need to get the I was gonna say they need to get the catapult to make sure it doesn't come from the tier 2. But, here it comes.
Bottom lane, but he's going to be in some trouble. There's some rotations coming in. The Sark is on top of him, but realizing now that he needs to get out. Magical is here, and this means you need to leave, guys.
Oh,
King
yes,
Art.
no
Come on,
poison
yeah.
chain.
Oh, this is a very underwhelming rotation. I was like, he's going to come in, he's going to engage, and no.
I just assumed
wanders
he's gone
on
1-1-4, but just put the 2 points in Whirling Death instead for the laning stage. And now, yeah, Bruce just going to be able to push the lane out back the other way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't last long though, as Magical rotates back towards mid and just cleans up all of his creeps. He's not interested in losing his tower this early on. He's got this huge advantage in the middle lane and is very much on board for keeping in that way. But as you said, you know, Kodos, he's got himself a Midas. He's not interested in the lane. He's just going to be farming up and trying to get himself a bunch of gold, and will be doing so, to be honest. I don't think he's going to stay behind the Timbersaw for very long. So even though the Timbersaw basically denies the Brood from having a lane, takes his tower, you're right, just runs into the jungle, gets some Midas, and he's going to come bouncing back.
Yeah, he's got like the same net worth as the Timber.
He does.
It's really not a big deal for Kodos.
Sayu, she is going to get absolutely mincemeated here. Like,
Dire's top tower
tenderized by Blizzy.
And Say's got the gold for the arcane. Sorry, Zayat's has got the gold for the arcane boots now if he wants as well. So he can kind of just sit bot while the Night Stalker rotates around trying to make things happen.
Do you tenderize your meat, by the way?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you want? I've got like a meat tenderizer at my house, but obviously I'm a vegetarian, which is left over from the last people here. So if you want a meat tenderizer, I can give it to you next time you come over.
When you like took over the house, were they like, we're going to leave you behind again? We're going to leave you the meat tenderizing. You're like, oh, thanks, guys.
No, they didn't say anything actually. They said the house was, their words were completely clear. And there's literally like cutlery and cups, and I was like, oh, cool. I have to buy that stuff. Nice. There's a blender as well, which I actually use quite a lot. I use it to make guacamole. It's great.
Blizzy managing to destroy the Omni Knight in the mid lane.
I'll make you
Which is very
guacamole
nice.
next time.
When you play against Timber, what do you like building? Nomad?
Spirit Vessel.
What do they not have?
Spirit Vessel Builder.
Well,
Well, you can actually. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
They
is
just
under
Omni,
attack.
Brood.
Dire's top tower
They
but the Omni's
could,
not really
but-
having a game, and they've got a CM Lion support combo.
No, I see where you're coming from. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Maiden coming into this lane, throws in the Heavenly Grace, but Magical is just unleashing on Tim immediately.
good
Oh, the
glyph.
Fortify! What a glyph. Magical. There's a reason he didn't level up Tim Chain. It's because, oh, there we go. He lands that one. Maiden could be in some real trouble. Meanwhile, Zayat's down in the bottom lane, but we've got our eyes on the Omni Knight up here. So Nako's coming in as well. They've got the sides off. He does manage to just about get the Heavenly Grace on, so that's not going to last very long. But he can just throw it straight back out again. But doesn't matter. Magical finishes them off with the Tim Chain all the same. That's an easy clean.
Do you just keep going top if you're Navi here, or do you just look somewhere else?
Dire's top
Because
tower
nobody can deal with this Timber at the moment.
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
Doesn't he just go into the base?
Just, is Brood finished? Okay, Brood's got the Diffuser Blade in 700 gold, so that'll be something they can use to deal with the Timber. Until then, yeah, he's happy to sit on this high ground right now.
is under attack.
He doesn't care.
Look at how many creeps they have. Do they have creep clear?
Dire's structures are
There's a catapult as well.
Yeah, They're coming in. All right, everybody's rotating around now. They want to punish this, and they are getting into him pretty deep here. Gets a timber chain up north. Another finger will finish him off as well. King R gates the kill. Another look towards Taneko as well. Oh, Blizzy coming over, but leaving just as quickly here. Empire.
Right, this is why I'm not a player. That's some Mofarah shot calling right there.
Yeah. Just go high ground though. He wants
Just go high
Sayu.
ground.
He's gonna die inside his base, I think. Oh. He goes to TP and he's like, wait a minute. Oh no, it's daytime.
no.
Oh, well, it does mean the slot moves the pounds, but that doesn't really matter.
Oh, +1 for the Sark though. He's got
Hell
phase
yeah.
Midas and he's 4-0-1. He's loving life.
That's pretty dreamy.
Oh, bot lane as well. Omni's just not having a game.
Oh, I didn't want to see this Omni Knight die again, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's why you missed it. That's
Yeah,
why.
No, I didn't want to see that. It just becomes abuse at this stage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kodos and Magical having a thrilling fight in the middle lane. Even with this diffusal, Kodos still doesn't want to hit the Timbersaw. He's just like, oh, well, whatever.
Dire's bottom
I
tower
actually think this
is under
game's
attack.
looking really good for Empire at the moment with
I
how
think
good
so
the
as well.
Sark and the Brood are farming.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
first
hi
death-
Zayats. There's a sentry here. Oh, he doesn't get. He's got the money. He just got so much money from that. He's like, yeah, whatever. Finish me. I say that. The Spiderlings barely give anything now.
No, it's like next to nothing.
It's a lot of numbers though.
Radiant's
I like the
top tower
numbers.
is under attack.
You need to use your Midas. Dream. Come on.
Dream.
No, on the Slark. There you go.
Yeah, you got it. Efficiency attained. 12 minutes, coming up on minute 13. 7 and 6. It's a 1k gold advantage for NaVi as it currently stands, but I mean, if you look at farming potential, late game potential, just the whole power spikes which we see coming, I think we're very much looking towards Empire right now. What can NaVi do to push this advantage right now? There's a lot of minuses. Sven, he needs to find a way to come online early enough so that he can play with this Timbersaw's timings, because if you just
Radiant's
you just
top
don't
tower is under
like
attack.
let Timbersaw use the advantage he's had early on, honestly it's disappearing already. You're gonna find yourself in a very awkward situation.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this Slark having a really good time. but
Oh,
Sven,
Magical could be in some trouble again here. He's trying to get the Timber Chain away. The root comes out. There's a lot of heroes coming over Kodos. He's got the Diffusal Blade to slow him down. Magical on the run, but now she gets to work. But she's not really doing anything to him. Even with a Diffusal Blade, it's just not enough. Zayas on the back lines now with the heal as well. Stolen.
Good stuff.
Powering into Maiden.
Radiant's top tower
Chasing
is
him down.
under
They're
attack.
jumping forwards. Looking for something. No one actually died yet in this to and fro. Pushing forward. Push and pull. And NaVi just gets straight back to hitting the tower. They're just going to get what they came for.
Is under attack.
yeah, and at the same time, Slark's still freely farming away up in the top lane. More than happy.
Radiant's top
When he
tower
gets that
is under
Diffusal
just
Blade
push
up
it
and they
off.
have the two Diffusals, unlike the Brood and the Slark, I think Empire have to be... Sorry, NaVi have to be really wary of that. Where did the spiders go? Oh dear.
Oh, I wasn't watching. Did Zayas kill them all again?
Magical killed them all.
Yeah, nice one.
Chakram, Whirling Death, they all disappeared.
Dream sees Taneko here. Taneko turns around with a quick silence, and now with the Inkswell, but he kills off the Phantom's Embrace and manages to jump himself away.
Yeah, in that situation, as long as you don't panic, you'll be fine on the Slug. Kill the bug. Chill out.
Yep.
You're like spamming W, like, why is it not working? God.
Drop your arms on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, the
This'll
lift.
come in handy.
Oh, good dart pack by Dream
Nice.
to snag the bounty room. 3 for 1 again. Same as last time.
Reminds me of one time actually when you talk about panicking. I was on a date and I was driving and I need to do a U-turn for some, no, a 3-point turn for some reason. And you know, I'm a decent driver, and got halfway through the 3-point turn, and then just ended up pressing the wrong thing. Someone was coming down the road at the same time. Then I stalled, and then to turn my engine back on, I accidentally turned my window wipers on instead. And I was just sitting there like sweating in the middle of the road, the car like beeping at me, and me just there with my window wipers going on, going, why isn't the car starting? Oh, Slug, that was not the cliff you wanted to walk up right there. He was going to get dominated. Magical brings him down. That's a kill which NaVi needed to kick this game into a gear, because things were slowing down, but now they can get this tempo back and start to maybe look for some towers.
Radiant's
Especially now it's
bottom
night time
tower is under
well.
attack.
They really need to make the most of this. in the next 4 minutes or so. Maybe look towards the Roche with the medallion on the Night Stalker as well. Yeah, this Sven outputs enough damage that they can take it if they get the chance.
So just me, or does the golden chakram look way worse than the regular chakram on this new Timbersaw Immortal?
Look, way more what? Sorry.
It looks way worse, the golden chakram, than it does. You know, the regular one's like blue, which is very different. The golden one looks the same as the regular chakram, I find.
But it's gold, dude. Everything's better when it's gold. That's the logic. That is the logic.
You're Dota fans. You're a simple bunch, aren't you? Mind you, I'm pretending. We're a simple bunch, aren't we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you part of that as well?
No, I hate Dota. I just cast it for money. I'm in this game for the money.
Oh, they've missed the Observer with the Slark Sentry. Did you see how long this Fade bot's lasting mid, by the way? That was actually forever. There's so many spiders.
It's over now, so it wasn't forever, was it?
Well, but yeah, they missed the Observer. You see where Navi have placed their Observer down towards the bot room? Like, Slark's trying to find it now, and he's like, oh, it's there.
He's got it. Go on, my man. There we go. Easy obs, easy life, easy money.
So Sven's about to build his BKB here. We've got about 2.5 minutes of night time left. But so the unfortunate thing is, by the time they get the BKB on Sven, it's going to be daytime, most likely. So they do still have the Dark Ascension to work around if they're Navi, but you really want to be trying to take a big fight with that soon. I think when that BKB Sven timing hits, he's going to be the strongest hero on the map. But Brood's almost got her own BKB as well. Fade Bolt again. Oh, didn't hit that many.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, this game is slowing down so much, and whilst I appreciate that Sven is farming, you're against a team with 2 Midases. I think that you need to be making something happen here, and they didn't. Midas like sensible. Okay, I'm going to pretend not to be triggered by that.
Yeah, I mean, Omni Knight's managed to overtake the Night Stalker in terms of net worth now as well. Considering how far behind he was before, they're going to be enjoying themselves on Empire here.
I think so.
Like if you don't make a play with this BKB Sven as soon as it comes up, you wait like 2 minutes. The Slark's going to have his own BKB after that, and then it does get difficult. Like, you don't really have a way of dealing with a Slark BKB, and he will just start chomping away at your Sven. Especially when Sven's BKB duration starts to get a little bit lower.
This game's so quiet, dude. We've had some really high-octane games, and now we're sitting in a game with, what was it, 14 kills at 19 minutes?
We've had, like, what, 3 games that have all gone, like, an hour long.
With so much blood.
Really action-packed. And then we get this. And this is a Navi game. This is the one I thought would be the most bloodbath.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Just so you know, the other stream are like a full, like, they're in the lobby for the next game. Like, they're almost 2 games ahead of us.
Oh, what, the other stream?
Yeah, the other stream, they're like 2 games ahead. Madness. I guess they'll probably be resolving the qualifier, the tiebreaker over there.
Yeah, that's true. But they have to wait for our games to see what happens.
True.
Although they do have a 6th game, actually. They're casting Gambit versus Vega last.
Oh, okay. That's not on the schedule. Oh no, I'm looking at our schedule, my bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, action! Blizzy, he's running in, but he's immediately being slowed down by the Diffusal Blade. They're just holding them back. But in comes the Soulbind, holding back the Slark. But no, they lift him out of it. That means the Slark's able to get away, but they still get the kill on King on. Now they've gone forward, looking for more. Blizzy giving chase. The Timber Chain as well. They found Sayo in the trees. They've got the Void to cancel out that TP as well, so Sayo will be run down. He's going to get dropped, and that is going to be 2 big kills for NaVi. Just the supports, but still, it opens up Roshan, and that is immediately what they're looking towards next.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about. Sven gets BKB. They've got the medallion on the Night Stalker. Go and fight with the BKB and the Darkest Ascent. It's such a big thing for you. You see Slark outside waiting to try and do something. But
yeah, Dreamer's a bit ambitious.
Like, Sven's ult's about a quarter duration here, and Roche is still half HP.
They can't bloody do this. And Dream's like, where's Roshan? Just in the pit, he's not here anymore. Oh, there he is. Hey, Ben. Just going to throw in a couple of chakrams or two. Got to be a little bit careful he doesn't get his mana taken away by that diffusal blade too much. Meanwhile, Kodos waiting in the trees, having a little sneak around, seeing what there is to see. Roshan still on about half HP, but regenning relatively quickly here. I don't think anybody's going to get this. That is a Nomad prediction. No one is going to take Rosh.
Okay, so Brood's building an Ags next.
How many teams it is? It's just one team from each region for the regional qualifiers, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Because of the DPC, yeah.
Which is really good.
So
I like that a lot. It actually makes the qualifiers more interesting as well.
It does. It makes them
You
very
can stop
tense,
debating
yeah.
about slots for TI.
And if they could get it, that's going to be such a big upset. Because like
King
all
Ar?
of these teams, you know, there's been such heavy.
Ryan?
Oh, bye.
Oh, but Zayat's is in trouble now as well.
Okay. Kodo's going for the turnaround. It's a bad day to be a support, it seems, as both of them get dropped. Neko needs to run himself away. Yeah, Soulbind to keep him still. Leash up that spider. Stop him chasing for more. Is the double stun going to cut? Oh, no, actually comes in just a little bit too late for the double stun to take effect. Rumo's still being run down. She's moving into the trees now, but they've got great vision to try and cack her down here. Blizzy needs to chase. They need to go lower. They find it. The lift comes out. The damage, is it enough? Kodos, yep, finally gets run down. The spider has been squashed. NaVi make their way over, but what do? They can't really do Roshan. I guess they've got God Strength again now if they really want to. 60 seconds without the spider.
I think you go for this because Dark Ascension's up again as well, so seems like a good idea to me. But they're gonna chill for now. Big kill for NaVi though. You know, the Brood's the biggest one on the map for them. It feels like maybe the Slark is pretty close, but in terms of net worth, Brood's obviously the biggest. They're gonna be very happy with that one.
Roshan is dropping pretty quickly indeed. No Brood, no chance for an Empire to prevent this from happening. They don't want to try and go for a steal. They don't want to throw this game away for the sake of an Aegis. So that is going to be magical with a second life, as if he wasn't tanky enough with one.
Crystallize used his Midas, thank God. I was sweating there for a second.
It's a tricky game with all these Midases around. Just making sure
They
everybody's
see the
being
Night
efficient.
Stalker.
It's tempting, isn't it? Yeah, they're going to go for it. Hex comes out. Slark's on top of him as well, holding back on the pounce, which I like a lot. And now the Logical is here. He realizes he needs to clear himself out, but unfortunately it won't be so lucky for King R, who has been left behind. And they immediately turn around. They face the Slark. They're going for both here. And that's that flying silence. There's no way he can get out of it. Oh, yes, I can. He can with a BKB. The ultimate TP away. Nothing to cancel that. He is out of here. But Maiden, well, he's on the run. He's got himself some purification. Maiden trying to get out of here. The Omni being chased. He's got the Guardian Angel. Doesn't really want to use it for this. He's just going to get run down as well. NaVi feeling the momentum right now. Feeling that snowball gathering around them as they run towards mid. Green holding back. There's not much he can do. He used the BKB entirely defensively. That's your 10-second duration gone. Needs to be really careful he doesn't get picked up. Ooh, Zayat. He knew if he caught him there, that could have been disastrous.
Oh, this Slark's playing with fire a little bit here.
Yeah, but he's dragging them away from any objectives they might want to take. But to be honest, going high ground doesn't really seem like an option for NaVi anyway right now. So
No, they're just going to be happy to go and take the free 2 towers bot. This tends to be what happens when you play the Radiant side. You take over the top half of the map, take the other towers first, and then at some point, you're like, you have the Aegis. You're like, okay, we'll go and take the other 2 towers now on the bottom half.
hope Blizzy's not an arachnophobe, because wow, this Talisman of Evasion is doing him a lot of work though. He's just not scared of the spiders with it.
I mean, Blizzy's item build is really good this game. The medallion into the halberd. Like, if you can ever get it onto the Slark or the Brood, it's just so little damage coming out from Empire at that point. They're struggling enough for damage as it is already, so.
Empire, they have rinsed the blood out of their shirts, and they're looking to go again as the jump comes in on Snako, just holding back, doesn't want to get caught inside that next one. They're actually going to use the Soulbind. Sayo doesn't want to come forwards and let it connect to anything, but they might not have a choice. If they want to try and help out that Slark here, they certainly will. Now Crystallize pops a BKB, pops a God Strength. Oh my god, King R nearly drops, but now Crystallize needs to get himself back. Kodos is chasing, the Yules comes out onto him, trying to hold him back. Snako grabs Bounty Room on the way, on the retreat. Zayat gets left behind though. That is going to be a Rubik, so at least Empire gets something, but still not that much. A lot of heroes gathered down here, and all they managed to find is Zayat. I don't think NaVi will be totally crushed about how this one has gone for them.
Yeah, they'll be fine with that. Like, you don't give away too much. It's only a... Yeah, he doesn't have buyback, so it's going to be dead for a little while, and probably give away a bot tier 2, but the worst thing for NaVi is that they have this Aegis, but they just couldn't use it there. Like, you really want to be using this the Aegis around this time. Like, it's only got about 2 minutes left here now, and Rubik's dead for one of them.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This brood is
Down
really
goes
starting to
the
hurt, though.
Oh, look at him go, dude. Running down this lane. Really? They're going high ground just because Zayas is dead?
I mean, the Night Stalker and Sven aren't here ready, so you just get some chip damage in. Yeah, you force the glyph. This is really good.
Alright. Glyph and back. Well, Magical's had 14 of his attributes lost to the Slark, and Slark's just going forward for more now, but in comes the disarm, in comes the damage as well. You can't purge that disarm, don't forget. Now the double stun coming out as well, holding them both still. They want to go for Maiden here, but the GA, it's pretty big, is going to force Navi back for the time being, along with the ultimate from the Crystal Maiden, forcing them back with a bruising field. Meanwhile, Kodo's going in deep, going to find the kill onto Blizzy, he wraps around the back now. Dream trying to fight up on the front lines as well, got that ultimate. Crystallized looking for more. He's got the BKB, he stuns up 2, he rips apart 1, he's looking to Maiden as well, but now he realizes he has to come back. His team are getting hammered without him here. Crystallized still fighting on the front lines right now. The Slark is doing so much work. Magical comes flying through. Crystallized still trying to fight it up, but he is going to die. Can they kill the Slark as well? No, he pounces to safety. Slark is going to live. Navi lose 2. They lose 3. And now they might even lose more as Kodo's fighting up into Snako here. Dream coming up from the high ground, jumping down onto the Grimstroke, and with the Dark Pact, gonna finish the job. Timbersaw up onto the high ground. He's the last one left alive, and they're coming in for him as well. Magical, no. There's nothing he can do. He's left behind. He's got no team. He's got no life. Empire, they take 5 heroes, and they lose only a Lion. Only a Lion.
That Omni did so much work in that fight. The GA was massive. Like the constant purifications and Heavenly Graces just keeping the Slark alive. He's currently stealing like 162 agility.
Jesus Christ.
If he starts attacking this building here...
Yeah, it's not lasting too long, is it? It's going down pretty quickly. They do have this Heaven's Halberd, which they can maybe get in and just... Okay. Okay. Halberd not used. And he's just losing his health. He's just running at him right now. He's getting more and more. 45, keeping that agility up and running, keeping the tank full. They're trying to play around with Kodos maybe, but there's no one they can find. And Empire, they're taking barracks. How did this happen? It just flipped on its head. Navi looked to be in a great position for most of this game. We said there was a danger of them falling behind, but not like this. So suddenly, the Slark just flies out of control. Fantastic game so far.
That's what we mentioned, though. At some point in this game, this Slark is going to be like really difficult to deal with. And it's hit this time where he has BKB. And Navi aren't dealing with the Omni Knight. Like, they have to be able to try and finish him off first. But he has Greaves, he has 4-star. Like, he's not easy to kill on this Omni Knight.
But that first BKB from Slark was so underwhelming that I was just like, all right, well, it's not looking like the Slark's got enough to really be able to contest this game. Like, this is looking like it's going to be Navi cruising to a smooth victory. But Dream comes back in, and you know, we were saying before, Navi can't really afford to lose this one. If they win this, it's great. They're up. They're, you know, going through the next round. Everything's going to be chill.
Possible tiebreakers now.
Yeah, indeed.
Because Gambit are 3-3 as well, right? So like Navi would finish 4-3. If Empire win this, they'll finish 4-3. Windstrike are 4-3. There's a lot of 4-3s. We might have 5 teams that end up on 4-3.
It is a possibility somehow.
Which would be an absolute nightmare, by the way. Can we just put that out there?
Yeah, yeah. I've got things to do this evening, so...
Yeah.
Surely 5-man, if 5 people have the same score, then you can't just say like, oh well, you know, we'll have 2 of them play each other and 2 of them play each other, and the 2 that lose go home.
I would assume it goes down to some kind of like head-to-head.
Yeah, you're
like,
saying that they wouldn't play all the games around robin again.
What's the thing called?
Great observer onto the high ground. It's going to give them great vision. Lion just ripped apart. They look towards the Crystal Maiden as well. The supports, they've been destroyed. Crystallized finds them, but no, doesn't find the last bit of damage onto the East Crystal Maiden. She gets herself out. But the Slark's dropping low. He manages to pop off the ulti though. Could keep himself alive for a little bit longer. Now she's chasing down Crystallized. He's healing up. He's getting purified as well. But in comes Magical trying to rip through the backlines of the fight. Great stun. But is it enough? I don't think it is. They're surrounding the Sven. They're bringing him down. 2 heroes dead with buyback. But still, Empire punishing any aggressive move which Navi makes on this map right now. Their Slark is just so strong. They couldn't find the kills. So much save as well. The Omni Knight is doing so much in these engagements, keeping the Crystal Maiden alive, who can then go ahead and try to help keep the Slark alive. So much from Empire, which they're doing right.
Yeah, this Timber as well felt amazing early on, but it's getting to the point in the game now where it just feels the same with every Timber game, where they really just start to fall off, and you don't feel the damage from the Timber anymore.
The towers are falling. The second lane of barracks might be on the cards of defenders and buyback, but he does have it, and I think he will use it this time. But without God's strength, it feels horrible. And he's going to have it when he respawns as well. They're actually backing away.
On the Liquipedia, for tiebreakers, it says for elimination, tiebreakers will be played until the tie is.
Oh my god!
And there might be 5 teams.
So that's basically a best of. It's a round robin with 5 teams in it, right?
I would assume so.
Like that's essentially another tournament bracket.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah.
is under
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, good luck with that, guys.
Very cool.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
31 minutes in, 16-16 on the kills, by the way. That's nice and even. But 10k gold advantage for Empire. Of course, they found their kills in the later stages of the game, which make them much more valuable. And of course, have map control and all that good stuff as well. Look at CS, kind of a good indicator of how much map control each team have had, and it's been pretty even throughout, to be honest, because NaVi had it earlier on, and Empire had it in the later stages of the game.
They take this race so quickly as well. They need to get over here on Navi's side. There's a DD outside the pit. Somebody should probably be taking that Empire.
King R, go.
Guys.
Dream will grab it. Navi have scanned this, but they are going to be a very, very long way off trying to stop this Roshan, I think. Although they actually smoke. The Spider goes up. I'm just trying to take to the high ground right now to disturb them, make it last as long as possible. Roshan still going down if he just stayed in and hit the Roshan, but they get it all the same. Aegis in the hands of the Slug, and now the fight takes out, but they don't want this. Navi, they have to try and fight, but they don't want to fight into an Aegis. They've just gained it. They don't get the 4 star up onto the high ground. The Omni Knight survives. Now look towards the Slug as well, but Slug, he's got a double damage. He got an Aegis. This isn't a target, and Seneko finds out the hard way. Now they look forwards for more. Magical moving off to the left, but they want the Sven. Crystallized turning around. You got to be careful, but now they freeze him up and bring him down. Shatter the ice statue as they TP away on the Timbersaw. No buyback on the Sven. Navi very close to losing this game right now. Zayat did manage to steal Freezing Field, which is going to be kind of okay with Arcane Supremacy, but you need more than kind of okay to come back into this one.
Ooh. He went back for the blink on Slug. I really like this.
This is good. This is good.
It allows him to kill off the Grubik and the Grimstroke in the backline right at the start of the fight. This Grimstroke has a Ghost Scepter, but it's not enough. Oh, magical.
Oh, God. He's getting beaten down. They've got the Spirit Vessel on him. They've got the damage birder. The Disarm on Slug going to make it there. No, never mind. He is gone. He gets his curry spiced, and they're going in deep for more. Blizzy, the next one in trouble, but the buybacks are coming in to force back Empire. You focus on your buildings. You're not taking the victory just yet, boys. But it's not far off. 30 seconds till Sven's back. He will have another God Strength when he's back. Same with the Grimstroke. He's going to be back in 15 seconds. We'll have Soulbind, but it's not the most important spell in this game. Not by a long shot. And in goes Dream, going in deep. They still want to try and fight whilst the Sven is gone, but the Disarm's doing a lot of work to just stop this Slug from getting these cheeky pickoffs.
This Heavenly Grace on the Slug is so difficult for Navi to deal with.
It is insane. And the middle barracks go down. Another lane of barracks taken by Team Empire. They will Dark Pact and get themselves away. Goodness gracious. What a surgical game from Team Empire so far. They've just seen their timings and they are exercising them pretty damn well.
They still have the Aegis for another 3 minutes or so as well. So Empire going to be really happy with how this game's going. Not going for much longer, by the way the things are at the moment. This Night Stalker's felt really underwhelming ever since he picked up the Harwood, though. Like, this Slark's just farmed enough that the Night Stalker can't really do anything to him anymore.
Look at Dream. He's like, I'm going for runes, and I'm going to find Blizzy as well. Can't quite close the gap. Blizzy, of course, does see him here.
He has a gem as well.
But closing the gap, then comes out Disarm. King R's jumping in as well. I'm not too sure about this one, King R. Hold the phone, guys. There's a lot of heroes coming in, and Slug can't get away. A double Hex coming out. The damage, they're focusing up the Slug. They're going to be able to take him down once. King R just annihilates in front of this, but Navi back themselves away. They're happy with the Aegis. They've managed to level the playing field a little bit here, as the Fadebot going to blink around from all of these little spiderlings here. Zip, 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 zip.
God, this Slark is massive. He's absolutely huge. He's almost 6 slide.
Please don't fat shame.
When he sells the Midas and gets a butterfly, it's not fat shaming, he's just going to be chunky. Which there's nothing wrong with. That's a big man.
Disclaimer. Wow. They're setting up. That's looking like the lone defender right now, sitting on the front lines of its tower. Magical. It's weird, isn't it? Magical had such a good start to this game, but was just been feeling very, very useless in the mid-game. The Slark's just stealing all of his attributes, and once again, eating through him right now, jumping back in. Dream, he just wants to be hitting this Timbersaw as much as he can, getting all of these attributes coming off right now. Crystallize jumping in. They've actually been able to kill Maiden. This could be a pretty good pick-off. Let's see if Slark, he's kind of considering continue fighting. Omni Knight buys back, TP into the Shrine. It's going to be a while before he's in this one, but it's Hasselad, Crystallize, he's getting low, he's gone, buybacks into this one, but he doesn't have the God Strength for another 19 seconds, and they're just going in so deep onto the Timbersaw with the Crib. Whose is that? The Bloodthorn. Slark doesn't care. 43, 44, 45 attribute shift. He's just getting absolutely massive. They turn this one around. They've got the Stroke of Fate. They've got the Soulbind. Can they bring him down? Blizzy's trying to fight him. The stun comes out. The double stun. In fact, they bring down the Slark, and they're going for the Brood as well. They get her. The two cores. They get Greedy. Oh, it's a little bit late though, Maiden. It's a little bit late. Now they're slowing down. This guy's walled back as well. They actually find this and might even be able to take some objectives back. They got to chase a long way though, but Blizzy, it is nighttime. It is my time. He's chasing him down. The Void comes out. Crystallize on top of him as well. Great stun from King R to hold them off for the time being, but it's not going to stop them forever. They're still going to keep on running. King R with the Hex, blinking himself away. Might finally spell the end of Navi's chase. So they don't get anything more than that, but still the 2 cores is a very big prize indeed. What can Navi do with this time, though? I mean, Roche isn't going to be out for a while. There's no objectives on the map for them to take. They can't really go for racks. I think it's just a defense, and that's about it.
Really well played by King R to make sure his Omni got back out again, especially after the buyback. That could have been massive, like you said. If Navi managed to get objectives back the other way. Got to be very careful. CM almost has Blink BKB, by the way. That's pretty scary. She has it now, actually.
A quick pause from Dream.
Thank God, we get to breathe.
Yeah. Admin's just like, no pausing.
Oh. It's basically Sayu's basically it's not Sayu. So King R and Sayu are like, guys, please stop throwing. Like, can you not dive the enemy fountain, please? We just want to take their buildings, just chill.
It's typical, isn't it, though? Navi looking like they're going to come back maybe into this one. What do you think the chances are? If they come back, this will be the biggest comeback today, which usually isn't much said, but in a game where we've had 3 games which are around an hour long, that'll be kind of huge.
It would, but at the same time, Crystallize bought back on the Sven. Like, his net worth is so under where it needs to be able to fight this Slark and Brood at the moment. Yeah. Especially when the Bloodthorn's out on the Brood. Like, there's just so much damage coming through from the Slark, who's attacking so quickly with the Agi he steals.
I gotta say, you know, Zayat's my favorite player. He's been very underwhelming. He hasn't really been finding the game impact. You know, there's been a couple of decent-ish steals, you know, Purification. I noticed that the Sven had Heavenly Grace on him at one stage as well.
The Hex and the stun from Lions have been okay.
Yeah,
it's not an easy Rubik game,
but yeah.
Like, there's not a huge amount he can do. It's more that they don't have any kind of like massive team fight on the side of Navi, so they've got nothing to really play around. They've just kind of like 3 individual cores that both do a decent amount, but nobody with like a big cooldown that makes a massive impact. Like Dark Ascension's okay, but it's not like a big massive team fight skill, if that makes sense. Roche minimum respawn time is about 2 minutes, so Empire might just decide to slow down the game a little bit just to wait for that. But I would be very surprised. I think you just go for this anyway. Like, your Slark's about to pick up, oh, he's got the butterfly now. Actually, he's not even saving for buyback. He's really difficult to bring down now because the Sven's not going to be hitting on a third of his attack. And that was the only real way you were dealing with the Slark to begin with.
Yeah, you now got to have him in the position where he's attacking somebody else, which, to be honest, is kind of what you want to be doing to Slark anyway. Mind you, now the armor is calculated on the cleave hit rather than on the hero you hit. It's not really much of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And Navi's just stuck in their base at the moment still anyway. They have to wait for this high ground push to come.
But still, if you do cleave somebody else, you will always be hitting, regardless of whether you have an MKB or not. You can't evade cleave hits.
And let's also talk about this Sayu Blink BKB freezing field CM.
Yes, yeah.
It's not just the Slark you have to worry about anymore. Like, they have no BKB piercing skill.
She didn't go for the level 20 talent, though.
I mean, the freezing field damage is nice, but it's not like amazing.
I don't know, when you got the Blink BKB, I feel like you go for it, but there you go.
Yeah, you could.
Bitch move.
I'll take that.
They're going to pick up 4 bounty runes on the Empire side. More than happy with that. Looks like they might actually just be waiting for the Roche, which is surprising for me, but it is the safe play. Maybe they just want to wait for the Slark buyback as well, just in case they decide to dive the enemy like fountain again.
Well, he's got it. Yeah, there's a slight buyback back online, and
What's
a
the
butterfly
lunch time?
purchased. And what did NaVi were able to do in that time? Not much. They've inched slowly, slugging their way towards the AC on Sven. That doesn't really feel that like it's going to be that game changing for them this game.
It's a pretty long Roche spawn, by the way. It was about, I think it was 2 minutes 15 seconds. So Empire gonna have to wait a little while here. Just hang around the pit, make sure NaVi don't come. Bot lane's going to be pushing in anyway because of the super creeps. So.
I kind of feel like AC is the wrong choice this game for many reasons. Mostly because it kind of hampers your... You know, it's a really expensive item. And it's best... You get most value out of it in long team fights. And I don't think that's what NaVi want right now. I know that's what's happening and not much they can do about it. But you need to be playing by how you want the fights to go. And if they can make these fights over very quickly by just blowing up the Slark, then that'll be the best situation for them.
But what does he build instead? Because he needs attacks. Like, was he going to build a butterfly? Yeah, like maybe, but...
Desolators?
No, he'll get more DPS from the AC than he would the Deso.
True. Yeah.
Because it still gives minus armor on the AC. He's about to hit level 25 though, which will help in terms of burst damage.
Probably get the strength, I would hope.
Yes. I mean, that's what I'm
is nice, but especially when you've got the cooldown, it's really nice. But at the same time, you're against the Slark, he can purge it. You're against an Omni-Knight, he can purge it, and your main issue is that the Slark is sitting on you.
Yeah, the main issue is they don't do enough damage.
Yeah. It's a bad issue to have when yours is Sven on your team.
I'll be playing with balloons in the base. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I really hope they get ganked while they're playing with balloons.
Yeah, same.
Should we... Yeah. Can I draw? There you go.
Why
you win now. There you go. I'm helping you out, man. We're a team.
Anyway, smoke up. Oh, NaVi. I don't.
Roche
I don't
is about to
think
spawn.
This is, oh, okay. Yeah, Roche back up. They see it with this line illusion. I'm gonna be straight in here. NaVi, they got 0 away. Their map is dark.
We need the Slark Axe like upgrade thing.
Oh, the AoE Shadow Dance. Yeah, worst Ags in the game, except maybe Lycans.
No, it's definitely not the worst. Okay, Omni takes the Ags. That's really disappointing, but you know.
But completely sensible, yeah.
But sensible, yeah. You just AoE like cover the Brood and the Omni-Knight. You just run. You AoE cover the Freezing Field CM.
Oh shit,
dude.
Are we getting real now? Oh, she doesn't need help anyway. She's got a BKB. Like even Sven's not gonna be able to kill her.
And like you get the what is it, 20 armor from the Freezing Field.
Oh, it was just static. Oh yeah.
20 at all levels.
Bonus armor 20. I feel like it's a shame. I'd love to see like 100 armor CM.
20, 50, 80.
Yeah,
sounds
that's the best scaling. Just immune to physical damage. Why not? I love the dance she does, but imagine she just froze herself solid inside the freezing field and made her immune to physical damage. That is sick. Dream blinking up into the high ground. He's ready to go. He's got a double damage rune. They ping him out. You know what's going on? Okay.
Is that a dark portrait?
That's a dark portrait.
Well, that's gone.
Yeah, and it doesn't have his essence shift, so there's really no reason to do that whatsoever. They do slump him up. He's gonna break that. Oh no, it's actually going back to him because of the
got the extra hit.
He's got the extra hit, and that's the low stage resistance. So, oh, Mad Chill. He's also got an Angans as well. It really is Ag City up here.
Oh, Slark's going in.
He really is. Just double line of racks, chasing back Kodos.
I think you just wait out for the Dark Ascension here. There's no reason to go crazy. Creeps are pushing in bot. Creeps are pushing in mid for you. Oh, they're just going to get the bounties. Okay.
What
Makes more
emotive
sense.
language, by the way. Night Stalker smothers the sun and summons instant darkness. Jeez, the creative writers really went to town on that one, didn't they? Smothers the sun.
It's like a little tongue twister as well. And that's like summons instant darkness.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That could be my new warm-up, okay?
Yeah.
Summons the sun and summons instant darkness. Summons the sun and summons darkness.
Oh, start. Oh, he gets to start.
Yeah, this is a great thing about this Heaven's Harbor. You either go in with ultimate, which just makes you so vulnerable, or you just accept that you're not getting the kill.
Pop EKB. Lol.
And they go, jumping in deep. Magical is going to be the first target. The Soulbind comes out. Magical just taking the front line with the Lotus Orb as
this
well.
Rubik.
Oh my god. Zayat, he disappears under the power of Kodos. Now they turn around, looks Crystallize as well. Crystallize needs to be careful, but he needs to fight. He needs to take some
GA.
damage here, but the GA comes out. Can they back away in time? Looks like Blissey might get left behind. The finger comes out. He is dead. Has buyback. It has to use it. This is your final lane of Barracks. Nice Stalker, get back into the game. Where is he? He's not buying back. Do they really think they can hold without him? I don't think they can.
I mean, they don't have GA up for a little while here, so Empire might be a little bit more careful. I think you just go for this, right? Like, you at least force the buyback.
Yeah, I think you need to. And there we go. There it comes. All right, now they get out. Empire, will they be caught? Will they make a clean getaway? Well, doesn't look like there's actually much chasing going on. Look at this sick Dark Ascension. Sorry,
and
Dark
these creeps
Ascension, Dark
spot-
Portrait.
These creep spot are going to start pushing the tier 4s here. Like, somebody from NaVi has to deal with this. There's 2 catapults as well.
I will be honest. I'm not really feeling the full value of the Zaghanim Scepter. Just putting that one, putting
Wait,
that
for
down
who?
there. For the Grimstroke. Jump
No.
forward. Going on to
Agreed.
Kodos right now. Kodos trying to be chased, but it's a Slark who's gone into the backlines. He's gone really deep to try and find Zayat to get that die back, but it's not quite happening. It's lands out on Tim as well. Meanwhile, Kodos, he goes for the building. Did he get it? Range Barracks is down. Running forwards. The Soulbind comes out with the BKB. He's just running forwards and running. Heroes down. Snako dives back into this one. Meanwhile, it is Timbersaw. He is going to drop. Also has buyback. Gonna come back. The Dark Ascension comes down onto this. Oh, no, never mind. Dark Portrait Brood just disappears. But the Mega Creeps have been got. Now Empire wants to try and get away here. Well, they might just try and fight it up. Nope, Kodos on the run. Crystallized with the BKB, but doesn't have God Strength. He's got it in 1 second. If he can get this off, he might actually be able to fight Dream right now. But in goes Sayu with the ultimate. Not really doing much because NaVi are just keeping chasing forwards here. They might actually get themselves a kill. They've got the Slark on the edge here, and they'll bring him down. But the GG well played is called because the throne is taking too much damage. NaVi, they're having some fun, but the game is over, and the victory will belong to Team Empire. NaVi bring themselves down to the rest of the group here, making their score 4-3, joining the likes of Windstrike and a few others.
Okay, so let's look at the scores on the doors now.
Scores on the
Oh
doors.
dear.
Adorable.
So, Vega are currently 6-0, by the way.
Yeah,
got one game
they've
left
secured
against
their
Gambit.
place, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're secure. Nobody else is. But
Okay.
so NaVi are 4-3, Windstrike are 4-3, Empire are 4-3.
Empire at 4-3. What?
Yeah,
Are they?
because they just beat NaVi,
Oh yeah.
so they're 4-3. So
Okay.
Namiga are playing Fly to Moon next, so they have to win to be 4-3, and then Gambit have to beat Vega to go 4-3.
Jesus Christ.
So there's 2 big games coming up now. Fly to Moon versus Namiga, where Namiga have to win, and Gambit versus Vega, where Gambit have to win. Ooh, it's getting exciting now.
This is getting salty, yeah. This is getting to the stage where we're going to have a very, very long evening ahead of us. Team Empire did just take the victory here versus NaVi. Now,
Well, if Vega beat Gambit and Fly to Moon beat Namiga, then that'll be it.
True. We might just be in for a very short evening. So, one way or the other, either way. I think the next series coming up here should be pretty good. Fly to Moon versus Namiga. Namiga really need this win. They really need this win. But Fly to Moon, they've proven that they're not going to take these games like, too relaxed. They're not just saying, oh well, we're out now, we're not going to play. They played a really good game versus who was it earlier
Gambit.
today? Gambit
They
today.
beat Gambit.
Yeah? They beat Gambit. One of the favored teams coming into this one. So
So because Gambit lost to Fly to Moon, they now have to beat Vega, which is
Ooh. No,
You
that
are
doesn't feel
6-9.
too good. That does not feel too good. Alrighty then, guys. Plenty of Dota still to come here over on the B stream. We're going to throw it over to a quick break. After that, we will be back with Namiga versus Fly to Moon. And that could be the final game of the day, unless we have some tiebreakers coming up. We'll let you guys know. All the same, we'll see you very shortly for that one. BRB.